Welcome to New Gameplay today. I'm Kyle Hilliard. Matt Miller is here with me.
Here I am.
And Leo Vader, you're sitting there in the booth.
Doing my thing.
You're usually doing important stuff in there.
Not today.
Not today. So we're looking at, this is Rogue Aces. Matt Miller's playing for us.
Here I am.
And this is a game. It has airplanes in it.
It's got some planes.
I don't know if I need to tell you that part of it. That's probably pretty obvious.
Can I say that I just flew in from upstairs and boy, my arms are tired?
No, you may not. Leo, please take a note to remove that.
He didn't say that.
Yeah. So this is a rogue-lite?
Yeah, I think that's the right way to describe it. It's like a rogue-lite World War II arcade dogfighting game. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, and we started. You got like you kind of did a roulette thing, and you got a bonus to go into it, and then every time you play is going to be different, and you have missions. Is that what you're working on?
Yeah,
right now?
just little simple missions. Like here, I'm supposed to be going in, and I'm bombing these little ground vehicles, but I've run out of bombs, and so I'm gonna head back, and I'm gonna get some new bombs. Great. The whole game is real fun. It's real straightforward, real simple. You see, I just auto landed on my aircraft carrier. I'm gonna take back off. In the midst of my missions, if I would prefer, rather than working directly on the missions, if I just want to try to shoot these guys down and maybe get some upgrades for my plane, I can do that. But alternately, the best way to progress is for me to go through and actually get all these targets destroyed. Now, each time that I come in, because it's a sort of procedurally generated thing, my missions and the islands that I'm on are going to be a little bit different. It's all procedurally generated, and so another time we come in, there might be a different island. And each mission, gives me more score and lets me progress. I will get more, I might get a faster shooting speed for my main weapon, or I might increase the number of rockets that I can carry by blowing up one of these planes that I'm fighting against.
I think earlier you unlocked, I was watching you play, you unlocked like a fire rate, a faster rate of fire.
Exactly.
Nice. It's funny because the missions I was watching you do earlier were much quicker than this. Oh, no, you did.
There it is. You're right, though. Some of the missions do take a little bit longer, and if you aim badly with your bombs, I had a couple bad bomb drops there, and that slowed me down. I had to go back to the ship a couple times, but sometimes they'll be literally shoot down 2 planes. And that can happen really fast. The general idea is just that it's super fun, very easy, good controls. I like the controls on this game. It's just the stuff I'm doing right here is just left stick up and down, basically.
And you can do kind of
I can do some loop-de-loops and that kind of thing. You can definitely stall out. Like if I go way up high, you'll see that the plane kind of eventually stalls out, and I need to go back down.
What's the mission that you're working on right now?
I'm going to bomb something else, I think. I honestly, you don't need to pay that much of attention to it. And that's weirdly is one of the things I like about the game. It's really straightforward. It's really simple. You do unlock access to additional game modes as you play, like a survival mode. And there's a more involved, and I would say maybe a little bit deeper main gameplay mode where you're actually moving between different aisles. And going after particular targets on those islands.
Make it count, Miller. Make it count. Boom.
Oh, that was pretty cool looking, right?
Yeah, that'll do.
Cool.
And then you just head back. There's also, as you move forward through the game, you'll eventually get a mission that lets you blow up a base and then take over that base. So right here, that space belongs to the enemy you saw, so it won't let me take it over.
But you just landed there.
I did just land, which really ticked them off.
Sorry.
But right now you're heading back to your.
I am. So that'll finish the mission, and then I'll get another mission. And like I said, there's I think 100 different missions, but to be honest, a lot of them feel very similar to one another.
Yeah.
But that's kind of okay because the game is pretty straightforward. This is the kind of game that I could happily play while I'm chatting with somebody else. And you make progress. You get more stuff that you might be able to use for your plane. And you can see down there that there's different there's additional planes. If I crash this, like here, I'll crash my plane.
Miller.
I'm gonna do it. And then here I'm gonna pop my parachute. That's kind of fun. And and that's gonna just take me back
with a very metal sort of.
I know,
soundtrack.
right? These sudden injections of the metal soundtrack kind of crack me up in this game. You know, and you're just kind of slowly making progress.
Now, Miller, a lot of times editors will come to me and they'll say, I want to do this for new gameplay today. And I'll look up a trailer and I'll say, wow, this is garbage. I hate the person who said this to me. But in this case, there's a move shown in the trailer called an aerial steal.
Okay.
That made this a necessity to cover. Can you go into detail about those?
The aerial steal? I don't even know what that is.
Okay.
Tell us about it.
A plane crashed into another plane.
So much.
Your plane, and you went parachuting like that.
Yes.
And your character landed in an enemy plane.
Oh gosh, that does sound
aerial steal on
that
screen.
does sound really awesome. I have never pulled that off, and I'd be surprised if I ever successfully did.
It's amazing.
Wow. Okay, so what he would have to crash his plane while not crashing an enemy plane?
Well, when you're
be a bunch
parachuting
around.
down, I think is the idea.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Okay.
So crash it into the moon or whatever, but when you're coming down, land in a plane.
That is very cool. And this seems like the kind of game for that sort of gameplay where it's like you'll discover these crazy moments just because it's sort of open-ended and arcade.
It is.
You know, where you can just find crazy stuff to do.
Which for a plane game like this is pretty unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, mind you, I don't think any of us are under the impression that this is some crazy complicated game or anything, but I actually kind of like it. It's just fun.
Yeah.
It reminds me of what it is meant to remind me of, which is old school arcade flight games. But there's something here that's a little deeper than that. I mean, there was even do you remember the old Empire Strikes Back Atari game by any chance?
For the sake of this conversation, yes, I remember.
There was an old you flew a snow speeder.
Yeah.
And you would go out and you'd blow up the AT-ATs, right?
But didn't it kind of play like that, the sort of that resogun kind of style of like looping? Or
yeah, pretty much. But the idea was it was ultimately kind of like this, right? You'd go out, you'd destroy some enemies, you'd kind of go back towards your base area, and that's just like what the game was about. This reminds me of that in a way that I quite like. Oh, I haven't done this one before. I haven't fought the bombers. Ooh. Let's see if I can hit them with some rockets. Or maybe I can drop some bombs on them.
Or you could parachute out of your plane.
You want me to try?
You can't just eject at any time, right?
I don't know how to do that. If there's now I'm definitely
eject. Get a plane. Oh, you're so close.
Oh gosh.
Close enough. That counts.
Does that count?
Frankly.
That counts.
Game over.
Count it.
Well, anyway,
I feel pretty good about that.
So that's Rogue Aces. It's out April 12th on Switch, PS4, and Vita. Surprise.
How much does this game cost, Kyle?
It's $12.99.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool in an arcadey fun kind of way.
Look at what's happening to our aircraft carrier, by the way, right now.
Oh my God.
This does not look good.
Those are bad guys?
I think they might be.
You should probably leave.
I should probably leave. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for showing the game. Bye.